I have, during these times, found that some of the wise counsel that I have received in the deliberations that I have had and the duties and responsibilities as the chairman of the Rules Committee leaned upon several people. One of them is here, the chairman of the Appropriations Committee, the gentleman from Kentucky, Mr. Hal Rogers. Hal Rogers has provided me, and I hope I have provided him, some bit of working knowledge of what we were trying to accomplish, a desire to accommodate House and Senate members to complete more work on appropriations. That is still a part of the goal that we're going to tonight, to go to conference so that we can fund the government and get it done right. And Mr. Speaker, this time I'd like to yield 3 minutes to the distinguished gentleman from Kentucky, the gentleman of the Appropriations Committee, Mr. Rogers.
The gentleman from Kentucky is recognized for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Chairman, thank you for those kind words. And it's likewise. I have relied upon the gentleman for advice all through this process as well, and I appreciate his leadership in this body, especially as chairman of the very important Rules Committee. The Senate has just rejected the House's third attempt to avoid a government shutdown. This body has voted time and time again to keep the lights on in our government and to stop the train wreck that is Obamacare. Unfortunately, our colleagues in the Senate have rejected these offers and have refused to come to the table to find a solution. To be absolutely clear, the House has debated and approved 3 separate continuing resolutions. These bills do what they are named for. They continue government. We do not want a shutdown, and we've done what we can to avoid it. Given the situation at hand and the late hour, we will now vote to send the CR we just passed and a request for a conference to the Senate. Our challenges are great, but they are not insurmountable. This conference will provide a venue to discuss the differences between the House and Senate, have productive negotiations, and come to a final agreement that most can support. In some ways, Mr. Speaker, this is a logical next step. When the House and the Senate are unable to resolve their differences on other pieces of critical legislation, the appropriate action is to appoint a conference. That's the time-honored way of this great body. I understand that this is not the first or the second or the third choice of many members here tonight. It's not my first choice either. But I believe this motion can help us move forward and provide at least a gleam of light at the end of this very long tunnel. I urge and I vote, and I yield back and thank the chairman for the time.
The gentleman yields back his time. The gentleman from Texas reserves. The gentleman